Welcome to the HS Innkeepers podcast. We're glad you found your way here. And welcome to the Innkeepers podcast. We are a podcast for innkeepers covering Hearthstone's fireside gatherings with insight and information we hope all of our fellow innkeepers find useful. I'm Avantes from Knoxville, Tennessee.
This is Root from Orlando, Florida.
And this is Hillary from Halifax in Nova Scotia, Canada.
Coming up on episode number 26 of the Innkeepers podcast, we have our news, our shares, and our spotlights like we normally do for you guys. And we have a new Innkeeper introduction and some ideas that we've all shared on the Discord server about Witchwood.
Sorry, did my cam go down? I'm trying to figure
It did,
this out.
that's alright.
I don't know why. Okay, well, don't forget, for all of your Hearthstone Innkeeper needs, check out firesidegatherings.com. That is the place to go to make sure that your Fireside Gathering is properly listed and you get all of the Fireside Gathering benefits and exclusives. And of course, check out hsinnkeepers.com for resources made by innkeepers for innkeepers.
That's right. So, this week in the news, we have a new Fireside Brawl in town. So, the month of April, this month's Fireside Brawl, you will take your current or most recent dungeon run deck and duel a fellow patron to see who's the top dungeon delver. Say that 5 times fast.
That. So, all right, let me ask you a question on this. So, say I'm the innkeeper and I get like a lousy, like I run a mage and I get like 2 bosses down. And I don't really get a good deck. And I go up against a guy who maybe had a rogue, and maybe he got like 5 bosses or 6 bosses down. He's just going to destroy me.
Well, it depends because, like, your mage deck could be good against his rogue deck.
But he'll have potentially have more and better cards.
Oh, right. They would have more cards.
Yeah.
Ooh, I wonder if it fills it out for you.
So
that
I don't know.
You still have a 30 deck. I didn't see that in the announcement. Maybe I didn't read it.
If you have not seen the announcement, you can use exclamation point Fireside Brawl in our chat if you are joining us live to get a link to that announcement. Also, the Hearthstone Nationals, if you guys have not heard about this, you may be hearing it from your patrons very soon. The inaugural edition of the Hearthstone Nationals will be open to players from the following countries: France, Germany, Italy, Poland, Russia, Spain, and the United Kingdom. So from the start of April to the end of May, the 64 registered players from each eligible country who earn the most HC points. Is that supposed to be HTC, or is that something else?
They're HC, Hearthstone Competitive.
Hearthstone Competitive.
They changed it this year, yeah.
Will qualify for their nation's tournament. The 64 qualifiers from each nation will compete in online finals taking place on June 23rd and 24th. The first day will feature a Swiss format stage with the top 8 players advancing to a single elimination bracket on day 2. In addition to the recognition as one of the top players in their country, the winner will also earn their share of a $5,000 prize pool. So, again, if you are joining us in our chat, as you should every Tuesday night, you can exclamation point nationals in chat for a direct link to that announcement.
Yeah, it is interesting. They're obviously testing. Like, they're only doing it in Europe. It's only 7 countries. 7? 7. So,
Yeah.
sorry. So it's really interesting to see that they are still, even with the changes they're making, they're still trying to do some fun stuff. So,
And
definitely
they said
fun
they were
thing.
going to add more countries.
Yes, they
Like-
did. Nicole was talking in chat saying that that's definitely a possibility for the future, that they can expand it. But it's another thing to, have as a goal as a patron who's trying, or I guess a player who's trying to earn HC points. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. And because it is a new thing, it's very likely that patrons will be asking you about it, and just having some knowledge of it, at least being able to show them, like shoot them in the right direction to find out more is always good as an innkeeper.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. That brings us to our next topic of the week, which is Witchwood.
Wait, what? That?
So,
I've been living under a rock. What's Witchwood?
no, not that wood.
The other wood.
The
Which
other-
wood?
Which wood? No, not that wood. No. Okay.
Not that wood.
All right. So we did have more reveals this week, as we have entered what our patrons like to call the reveal season.
Oh, I like it. I like that.
Yeah. So hopefully, okay. So the show notes say hopefully news on a release date soon. We were talking about this yesterday. IGN Brazil.
I like how I said Brazil. Brazil.
Released a card yesterday, and in their release notes, in the translation, they make a specific notation to the day, April the 12th.
No, really?
They
How'd
do.
I miss this?
And so
Oh.
we were talking about it, saying, is this a slip up? Is this to throw us off? Is it, we don't know. So I'm sticking to my guns, saying Thursday, the 12th. So a week from this Thursday, but we'll have to wait and see.
I'd say they wait a day and make it Friday the 13th.
That would be so cool.
Because which would? I mean, come on.
Thematically, it would be awesome.
It would be, yeah, it fits.
But you know what's more important than the release date? Hopefully, news on Witchwood support kits for our launch parties will be coming soon.
Yes.
Wait, which support kits?
The witch, yes, those witch
Wait.
support kits.
What? Which ones?
Oh
The
my
witch
God.
ones.
We have an entire expansion to do this joke.
Oh yes.
I realize.
All
Which
right.
joke?
Every
And
week.
if you guys,
Which week?
if you guys didn't catch the note last week, Season 2 Tavern Hero qualifiers. It's time to start your planning. The qualifiers will run May 6th through June 17th. So make sure you apply at least 10 days prior to your scheduled date. This means if you want to schedule an event for May the 6th, you need to schedule it by April the 26th. So this is your warning. This is your heads up. Get out there.
Yeah.
Start scheduling your events.
Yeah. And on that, I know last week I mentioned that I'm planning during the launch party to have it be a 4-year anniversary and have it be a THQ. Well, my friend, I was talking to my lovely friend Kate from HalCon, which is the huge con here in Halifax, and we've been talking for a while, saying it would be really cool to do a community event that led somehow into the con, so it may even be part of that as well. So
That
I'm
would
gonna be
really
busy planning this thing.
Yeah.
But it's like release season, expansion season. It's such a fun time to be active in the Hearthstone community.
Cool.
It really is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us about our top share of the week, Hilary?
Ooh, so this top share of the week. There has been a lot of really fun stuff being shared in the server this week. This one isn't necessarily in that channel of, fun and excitement, cool idea. It's more of, I guess, a reminder, just a friendly reminder from our neighborhood community manager, Jesse. He posted in the server, basically, just a little reminder about what to do when it comes to trying to find out information to do with, Tavern Hero qualifiers and things like that. So I'll read you what he said, but I wanted to share this just because what he says, he is such a help to all of us in the community. He's always there, so it's always good to share his wise words, especially when, as an innkeeper, you can be like, I don't know what to do and I don't know where to find this information. So he says, hey everyone, just a reminder to save you some messaging and extra steps. If you have questions about qualifiers, your players being listed, or anything along those lines, please reach out to the esports team that you have reported your results to. I've had a bunch of innkeepers hit me up, and while I of course don't mind talking to you, this info is being handled by Nicole, who is the HS Esports team. It is also important to contact them for these types of questions, so if something isn't coming up properly, or if you have further questions, they can get that addressed for you. They're great about responding and explaining things in relation to these topics, so hit them up if you have questions. However, please do us a favor, make sure you are double checking all available information first. You all usually do. Just a reminder, Winky Face, any public list for names, the rules that were sent out with other innkeepers in case a similar matter has previously been addressed. And as always, if you have questions, concerns, otherwise feel free to hit me up. Thanks, everyone. So yeah, just a reminder, especially if you have players that are messaging you frantically that are like, we don't know. Sometimes it can be a case of just double checking, but also just keep in mind who your direct line is for certain things. Excuse me. And when it comes to anything in the esports realm, it's easier just to go straight to the esports team rather than through your community manager. And my voice is gone apparently. Okay, I think it's back. Sorry guys. Great. So Root, how about you tell us about one of our new innkeepers in the server?
Certainly. We have our, in the new Innkeeper Spotlight tonight, we've got Donovan, or NXS, Chang. He is in Anaheim, California. He says, hi, everyone. My name is Donovan. I'm from the OC, based in Anaheim, Fullerton. I'm just getting into hosting fireside gatherings, but have attended 2 or 3 fireside gatherings already. I'm getting into hosting fireside gatherings to help the story I work at, but also to explore the production side of Hearthstone fireside gatherings, which is awesome. It's a lot of fun. It's a whole different world once you get into the production side of things, and you kind of see the work that goes into making one of these things actually come off successfully. So awesome and well met, my friend.
Yeah, well met. And also well met to our other Innkeeper server joined this week. Innkeeper Dads with a Z from Tokyo, Japan. So welcome Dads and Donovan to the community, to our little Discord community of Innkeepers.
The little Discord. Do we have our number? What are we up to?
Oh, give me 2 ticks.
All right.
Server settings.
We'll do, if we had Jeopardy theme music, we would play it now.
It is 212.
212.
Verified, yeah.
Awesome.
Non-verified, it is. How do I go to everyone? Non-verified, we have 334.
Awesome.
Well, people need to step up and get verified.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll be pruning. Oh, I was supposed to prune already.
Yeah, I got that
I do
scary,
that while we're on the
scary message from you.
Oh, we
I'm
have
like,
a new
oh,
member
man.
intro. Okay, real quick, hot off the
Okay.
presses.
Hot
We
off the
have
press.
Harvest from Calgary in Canada joining us as well. So also welcome Harvest from Calgary.
Awesome. That's awesome. 212, man, that is great. That is it's such
About
a
to be
fantastic-
213.
13 verified. So yeah, the Discord server is a fantastic resource. Don't take advantage of it enough. So be in there, get with your fellow innkeepers, and man, any ideas you have, even if you think it's just the weirdest idea, share it, because that little idea that might be just a spark that somebody else needs, or they might have something so similar they could say, hey, you know what, we tried that, and here's the pitfall that we came up with. You go, oh wow, I didn't even think of that. So they can also save you a lot of heartache. So share your ideas, share your inputs. It helps everybody out.
Sure does.
All
Yeah.
right.
And how do they get to our Discord server? We have a bit.ly for that. Where's it at? bit.ly, bit.ly/HS Innkeepers. We'll
That's
get you
right.
to our Discord server.
All right.
Well, there's no name next to the main topic, so I
Yeah,
don't know
so-
who's going to read this one.
Well, there's like a big old red, fill in the blank here type thing.
In case you're wondering.
So one In case you're wondering, that'd be me. So I'm just gonna go with like an ad lib type thing here. One of the awesome things we have that in our Discord server is a plethora of ideas. All of our members contribute. They contribute things that they're doing, and we have all these fantastic ideas that are coming out about Witchwood and how we're going to be playing and introducing different aspects of it and getting our community excited. And we're going to go down a list of some of the ideas that people are already hatching for Witchwood just to get you guys' gears rolling. So Dads, who just joined us, that's Dad with a Z, as Illyri said.
Do you say
He's in,
Z? Is that what it is?
what is it?
Do you say Z or do you say Z?
We say Z.
Yeah, I say Z.
We also say niche.
I say niche.
We also say plethora.
Plethora.
We also say H.
Look, we could do this all night. Back to the show.
So Dad's with a Z from Tokyo, Japan. Actually, Dad's, he says, hello guys, I'm thinking about opening my FSG and with the launch of Witchwood, and he's thinking of something involving humans and worgans. So he asked for any kind of suggestions, decks, all of odds or evens, worgen, human shift each round. He's not sure how to represent that. So his idea is to have even numbers, you have to use even decks, and even numbered rounds, you have to use even decks, and odd rounds, you use odd decks. All my decks are kind of odd, so I don't know what I think about that.
Well, I think he means with the because there's a lot of decks centered around like building your decks with only odd cost. It's odd cost, right? Odd
Yes,
cost
the cost.
Yeah. So
that'd be interesting.
I like it.
He's also thinking about some kind of team versus team sub event around the launch of Witchwood. Teams are always great to do those. They're always fun. He's thinking of like humans versus monsters raid where everybody has to defeat Hagatha. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
And he's also twisting his idea a little bit. He says separating the two teams, human and monsters. Each team raids for the same goal. The winner of each team duels in an exhibition match. So you could tie that in with like the dungeon run. You split in two teams, and you get a half hour or whatever. The two people who get the farthest on each team, then they go head to head. That'd be kind of cool. So Advantes, what does Bunny have to chime in here with?
Well, Bunny from Atlanta always has great ideas.
Hair.
And, she said, I've been thinking about taking the game of Werewolf and somehow making it about Hearthstone and Witchwood. If anyone wants to do the legwork and run with the idea, please do. So if you're not familiar with with Werewolf, it is a RPG game that you know, a lot of people, especially at Dragon Con, which is held in Atlanta, will play it over the course of the weekend. One person starts out as the werewolf, and they try to turn as many people at the con as they can into werewolves.
Is that like over the weekend?
Huh?
Oh, that's so. It's like over a weekend.
Yeah. They at Dragon Con they play it all weekend long. So it goes from like Thursday until Monday.
Wow.
But it's a really cool.
Who decides who's the originating werewolf?
That's the whole thing, though. You don't really know until they turn the first person, and then the humans will start disseminating information and trying to figure out how to avoid being turned, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we played a similar game like that in our college, but it was more like it was like Assassins, but same kind of concept. So yeah, cool.
So, Illyri, why don't you tell us what Doug has planned?
So, Doug from Detroit, Michigan, USA. Now, this isn't necessarily specifically Witchwood, but it is along the lines of, saying farewell to the expansions that will not be in standard anymore. So, I figured this would go well with these kinds of things, especially if you're going to hold, one last hurrah before Witchwood around this release season. So he has, he posted a picture, it is of these little printouts, and he says, these were from my main event, but figured I'd put them in here. And there are event rules. and I will read the rules to you. So the main event is called How Tentacly Can You Go? And it's standard. The old gods include Cthulhu, N'Zoth, Yasharj, I never know, and Yogg-Saron, of course. Easy mode, not a fan of tentacles. Choose 4 classes, play any decks you want because maybe you don't have the old gods or you just want to be that way. Medium difficulty, may the old gods be with you. Choose 4 classes, select an old god to build each deck around. Finish the decks as you see fit. Each deck must have a different old god. Hardest difficulty, Yogg-Saron's Old God RNG Fiesta. Choose 4 classes, select an old god for each deck, autofill the rest of each deck. Each deck must have a different old god. And so he said that 3 people went with hard mode. So what it looks like, it's like a little, you have to play 5 people at the Fireside Gathering. And he said the overall winner was one of the players that went with the hardest difficulty, which is super fun. He had prizes scaling with the different difficulty levels. He said there also were a few prizes thrown out randomly to honor Yogg-Saron. And matches were played in a best of 5 conquest match. So even though this is more saying farewell to the old gods, like there really are just such fun ways to try and integrate expansion concepts into something as simple as handing out, little pieces of paper that allow you to put 5 opponent names and results, and just having your patrons like go around and engage with each other and just try and get those 5 matches played. Like I love this idea, and I definitely think you could take something like this and apply it to any expansion.
Or at any time. Well, I love the fact that it's something that engages, and most of these do require you to engage with somebody else at the Fireside Gathering. Doug's is a little more in depth because he's got pencil and paper, and you have to go around and put the other person's name and their battle tags. You actually have to engage them in a conversation, which some people, their conversation ends with, "Hey, do you want to play me?" And then they sit down and that's it. Now you get your name and a battle tag and everything else. I like that. I like that because then you can start to develop a friendship within the Fireside Gathering, and I really, really like that. So kudos to him for putting this together. And it's a really nice way to say goodbye to some of the things, like you said. And I may do this one. I may like circumvent it and just make it hard mode and be like everybody old gods.
What do you think, Avantis?
I'm with Root. I love you add an old god and then autofill. That just sounds like so much fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm one of those that I love the autofill deck kind of events anyway. And Bytes has some great deck building ideas and deck building tools over on hsinnkeepers.com. So.
There was a tournament that I had to enter. So one of the things we do on our Fireside is we always make sure that one of our admins is secluded from any of the other decks that we have to look at. This is back prior to Battlefy doing their cool rollout with deck submissions. So we always made sure that one of our admins was insulated and had no idea what any of the decks were that were being submitted, just in case you end up with an odd number and you need an admin to jump in and get into the tournament. Well, that happened for me, and I had no decks prepared for this thing at all, and I got picked to go be in the tournament. This is still when Amy was still our innkeeper. I autofilled my 3 decks, jumped in, and actually won a couple of matches with an autofill deck. So it was one of my best and sweetest victories ever. It was against one of our other admins who was playing in the day, who's like, I mean, the guy is an outstanding player. And I still let him know that I destroyed his warrior with, I don't even know what I was playing, but I know he was playing a warrior and never got a weapon. And I know I beat him. So
Nice.
And I know I beat him.
I did. And he knows that I know because I let him know all the time. So because anytime he cries, I know he's thinking about that loss.
Wow.
It's like one of my only victories I've ever. So you have to savor them, right?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
So you guys are still thinking the 12th, huh? For the release date.
I don't know. I don't know. I would like it to be the 13th, but
I'd like it to be tomorrow. I've got 74 packs just staring at me.
I don't because I have not bought the pre-purchase yet.
Are you going to do the pre-purchase and get the 50 cards for 50 plus the 20 extra? I guess that's what you already did at Monty's, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a stupid good deal. I mean, it's crazy. $50 for 50 packs is a great deal anyway. But Blizzard's like, it's just okay. Have an extra free 20 packs.
That's awesome.
Blizzard's like what?
Here, have an extra free 20 packs.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to jump on and get that. I saw it. I keep seeing it. And I'm like, I need to get this done. I just haven't done it. I always think I'll have an extra day. And I'm not going to pretty soon. So I better go take care of that soon. And then we can have a whole show doing nothing but opening up 70 packs apiece.
There you go.
That would be. Oh, we'd have to wait.
Yeah, well, we record all of our pack openings for our patrons anyway, and we do we record locally and then post it to our patron page and then release it to YouTube at a later date. So it's a lot of fun.
That is a lot of fun.
Maybe we can do a fun Innkeeper release. I don't know.
So
yeah, we'll see. I'll save mine.
I probably can't. I probably have to open mine and start playing right away. For reasons that will become apparent next week.
Oh, there's a teaser.
Announcement.
Oh man, the last time you did that, you ended up doing EGLX or whatever that thing was.
I wonder what it could be.
Whatever that thing was, HCT Toronto.
Yeah, whatever that tour stop was, whatever that giant event,
Yeah, no, I'm pretty excited. There will be an announcement.
There will be an announcement.
Fun that I'm doing, but yeah, I'll literally have to.
I'm so excited. You guys just don't even know.
I know because of that sound you made.
Yeah.
That's Yeah, it's definitely it's like Christmas.
Keep your eyes peeled on Twitter this week.
Oh yeah.
For what?
Are you making an announcement of an announcement?
Yes. This is Blizzard's announcement of an announcement of an announcement. So.
How meta can we get with this?
All right, guys. I guess that about wraps us up for this week, doesn't it?
It does. I apologize for short content. We will get back to our regular content schedule today. So
yeah,
we'll be coupling this back a little bit of a longer show next week because we'll have to make Illyria's announcement at the top of the show about her announcement that's going to be at the bottom of the show.
Exactly.
And just tease it the entire time.
No. It's all good. You'll see. It's nothing too crazy. It's fun.
You say that. I got some stuff. Hopefully, well, I know it'll be done to share next week as well. So that's my announcement of an announcement. I did some cool, fun stuff. We'll share it with the public next week. So it'll be fun.
Okay.
I like this. We should have a reveal show on Tuesday.
A reveal show, yeah. Let's reveal everything we've been doing.
What was your announcement? And what was your announcement? And we'll just any other keepers that want to announce something on Tuesday, we'll have like announcement Tuesday.
Oh, that is a great idea. Just post it post that you want to make an announcement in our podcast channel and then we'll come to you and be like, what announcement do you want to make?
Yeah, we can like pre-record videos of you and your announcement and just play it live.
Yes, you could do that. Avantes will give you his email address. You're going to send those pre-recorded videos of you making your announcement.
hsinnkeepers@gmail.com.
Yeah, send them over. We will play them. I would honestly love to see some Innkeepers get in on this. This would be fun.
Oh, this would be great. Yeah. You know what? I tell you what. I will do this now. I will throw a $20 Battle.net card to the best video submission we get.
Yes.
All right.
There you go.
Folks, you heard it here first.
Throw down the gauntlet. I bet we don't get a single one. Scott
Orange
doesn't
hat.
count. That's my caveat. My caveat.
He'll be
Scott
wearing
is
no
automatically
Scott,
disqualified.
Yeah, automatically Scott. Sorry.
No. I think Scott should be allowed. It's only fair.
No.
So
no.
is it $20 Battle.net card to the one that's better than Scott's, or
Ooh, okay. I like this. It's gonna be community voting too, so
Yeah, we should have like a community vote as to which is
yeah.
all right.
great. So just real quick, because Aurelius, I can never say it. Or Liz Holix, Innkeeper. I can never say it. Aurelius. I always feel like I'm saying it wrong. He's asking, what's the contest? So, the contest is next Tuesday coming up. Excuse me, the 10th of April. We are having the announcement show. So, in order to
The reveal show.
The reveal show.
Yes.
There we go. So, what we are offering is a contest, and thanks to lovely Innkeeper Root, who's donating a $20
Whopping
Liz-
$20.
BattleNet gift card, not certificate, gift card. We are accepting submissions for reveal videos. No nudity. Just gonna throw that out there. Not that kind of reveal video. Any reveal video that an Innkeeper wants to submit to reveal something fun and exciting that they're gonna be doing. The best one by community vote will get the BattleNet gift card from Root.
From all of us here at the Innkeeper podcast.
From all of us.
And by all of us, I'll just fit the bill for it. It's okay, guys.
You get this one, and then we'll do other fun stuff throughout the year.
I'm giving away a $20 Battle.net card tomorrow night on Hero Powers.
Okay, I tell you what. I'll get the
I'll
card.
get the next one, guys.
I'll get the card. Wait, how we do this 3 ways. I'll get the card. I'll send the code to Leary, and then she'll email it to you so you can give it away on the show. That way we're all involved.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a lot of work.
Oh my!
Hey, that's
This
what we're
will
all
be
here
fun
for.
though. This is good. I hope we.
All
Get
right,
some
so
people
next
interested.
week we have the reveal show. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna have to get working on a video for my reveal, or can I just do mine live?
Yeah,
I will
should
not be
do.
submitting a video because I don't have that kind of time.
I will not be submitting a video. I will try. I think I might be able to get something put
I
together.
just want to say, I've seen some of the videos Blizzholics has put out in the past. They're
Oh,
a
that's
definite
true.
forerunner.
Yeah.
Aurelius, he's in. He says in chat.
Oh,
so,
very
So-
good.
yeah.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up.
All right.
Thanks
Again.
for joining us this week. To recap, we talked about the news, including the April Fireside Brawl. We talked about some different ideas to help you spice up your Witchwood parties as they are getting ready to come up. And last minute, we announced an impromptu contest. So if you were not paying attention in the last 10 minutes, this week, film a video of you making an announcement of what you're going to be doing for your Witchwood reveals or what you're going to be doing for your next upcoming firesides. Make it exciting. Let us, email it to us at hsnkeepers@gmail.com, or if it's too big to email, drop it in like a Google Drive and add hsnkeepers@gmail.com and then shoot us an email and we'll grab it from there. Make sure you join us next week as we will be talking about and viewing some of these reveal videos. So, with all of that said, Leary, where can people find you online?
You can find me on Twitter, and I will stream again soon. So you can find me on Twitch as well. Yeah, the past week was just a bit of a setback week, but I will be streaming, and I'm always on Twitter and in the Discord server. And you can find me at Aleiri, at ALEIRRI. Mr. Root, where can people find you?
You can find me every Tuesday night right here on HS Innkeepers. Other than that, you can find me weekly on a little show called Hearthcast that I do. And if you want to know about the other show, hit me up in the off-topic Discord channel, and I'll tell you about another show that I do live Monday nights. Only been doing that a while, and we just got radio stats back. This is a cool thing being it's kind of, okay, it's a little bit of a radio show. And you get actual like live metrics every week, and we have 17,000 listeners, so that was pretty cool. So,
Wait,
That
how
is
many?
Awesome.
17,000, little over 17,000.
Like unique people listening?
Yeah, you get because it's
That's awesome.
yeah,
Congrats.
it's crazy. It's not really crazy.
That's kind of crazy. It's a lot of people.
So yeah.
Wow.
So stats are a wonderful thing. So if you want to be
Awesome.
part of that madness, just let me know.
Yeah. Very cool.
What about you, Dr. Avantes?
Are you a doctor?
He is now.
I'm not the doctor. I can't time travel.
I thought I missed. Like, are you a doctor? Do you have a doctor?
No.
He's actually a
So
Kentucky Colonel.
So you record on Mondays and Tuesdays, and I record on Tuesdays and Wednesdays on Twitch. So you can always find me here or on Hero Power on Wednesday nights over at twitch.tv/ECMMOgamers. Or you can find me on the Twitters at AvantesHS. Do not forget that you can find all of these great resources for your fireside gatherings over at hsinnkeepers.com, or you can check out the official Blizzard resources page at resources.firesidegatherings.com. And if you haven't done so already, and I don't know why you wouldn't have, but you need to definitely join the Innkeeper Discord over at bit.ly/HS Innkeepers. And as we close the show this week, we want to do as we do all the time. Thank you all for listening, and thank you those of you who are joining us live in our stream on Tuesday nights, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. So you can set a little alarm on your phone to join us live next week. Should be a lot of fun. But thanks to all of you, and we will see you all again next week.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the HS Innkeepers podcast. For legendary resources and more, go to hsinnkeepers.com. Schwinghammer.